buck. Giant buck.
But but but
I just shot at him. I'm pretty sure I hit him, but I think I hit him back. He should have been standing right behind his stump. Should be right in this log pile somewhere.
Which way did he go?
Right where he's at, and that's when he turned left and went back toward this ridge.
Yeah, hoping to find an arrow right here somewhere. We just felt it somewhere. Where was the tree he was scraping at?
Over here. I'm looking, he kicked up a big ass log. There's my arrow right there. Well, that is not good. I got some hair on it. I don't see any blood on it.
Huh?
I see a couple pieces of hair on it, but no blood on it.
Oh, good.
No, it does not.
What?
I might have been lower than I thought and just
No matter.
just hair. Not a lot of hair either.
What? White or brown?
White. Fuck. Yeah, that's fine. It was trashed anyway. Oh man. Well, I could have swore, I watched it go in him. There's a speck of something that's got little grains in it. I don't know if that's just dirt. Just a bunch of clippings of little brown and white hairs. Like I was lower than I thought I was and just shot under him.
Yeah, I would think some kind of fluid that lets you
Yeah, the only thing I got is one little speck of something. It doesn't smell like anything.
Well,
I'm sorry I got you all the way out here for this.
hey, that's all right. We're headed to another one on up north, so it's better be safe than sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why I I didn't even want him to come look at the arrow because I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey, I wish every hunter would do the same thing. Makes our job a lot easier.
He left him there back and went toward that point.
Yeah, he went up. I didn't know there's a gigantic trail right here. He went up this trail, but I think he was off of it because I watched him jump over that treetop and went up to that point. And that's where he stood for a few minutes before he ran again. Like right where it hits the bottom. I guess he was just standing there trying to figure out what happened.
Either that or
Right.
might just ease over there and get sick.
Let me see that real quick. Yeah, shooting in the guts, you'd have a pass through. Your fletchings would have stuff on them.
Yes,
You
sir.
just thought you just had some type of matter anyway.
Yeah.
Smells like a buck over here.
Yeah, it does stink here. Yeah, got nothing.
Clyde,
Fuck.
here. Clyde, here.
I don't know why my nocturnals keep flying off every time I shoot.
Are they gluing them in?
No, sir, I'm just sticking them in with the tightest insert I can get.
Here.
A little bit of fun.
I wonder if I didn't just hit that, like little flank down there. That just that skin patch.
Yeah.
There's no fat on it, nothing.
Mm-mm.
The fletchings on
It definitely should have had at least fat on it.
everything.
He was standing right here somewhere.
Yeah, he was sort of in the video.
And you may have
He looked pretty solid, square.
flipped a,
Yeah. I didn't even see none of this when I shot at him.
flipped the stick right
Could
before it went
Could
in.
have, very much so.
And like on the video, I bumped the camera trying to draw, and it just knocked it out of the frame of him. But I could have swore I watched everything disappear into here. But maybe I just lost sight of it behind something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, everything I've had guys, things happen so quick when you're doing it.
absolutely, man.
I've had a guy tell me, you know, he said, there's a deer blind up there, and I watched him run all the way to that blind, and then I lost him. Of course, everything's happened so quick, and you're watching things, and things are happening not. We get about a quarter of the way, and Clyde goes right, solid right. I mean, not even close to that blind. I'm on blood.
Yeah.
He didn't make it that blind.
I mean, so many guys over the years, you know, say, I'm telling you, man, it was double. I mean, he squared up right there. And when you get there, the shot was 1/4 real bad or something,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll tell you, I like quartering away and then aim at them back ribs.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
poke up through there.
That's what I was hoping for when I stopped him. I just thought he was just gonna turn just to look. I didn't know he would turn completely all the way around to look at it.
Well, you had like a quarter and a little bit, but it was
Yeah,
pretty close.
barely.
To the solid side,
One thing about it, you're in Missouri, so you got a chance at another one.
Yeah.
There's plenty of big ones. Bail.
I ended up getting no blood, just a little bit of hair on my arrow. Got Clyde and Mr. Kevin out here to come look. Wanted to be safe, more safe than sorry. But that deer lives another day. I definitely appreciate you coming out here.
No problem. Could have found it.
Yes, sir, but I'd rather not find him and have no hit than
Yeah.
he be wandering around with a hole in him somewhere.
Yep.
If y'all are in the northern Missouri area, y'all be sure to give Relentless Tracking a call. They do great work, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Well, y'all, we just got back out. Dog track just left. I actually didn't hit the deer. Well, I cut a few hairs off the bottom of him. He was in some thicker stuff than I thought he was when I shot. He was standing in a little bit of brush, and I'm assuming right before I hit him, the arrow hit some brush and shot down. But I'd rather just cut a couple hairs than make a bad shot and get some gut or some blood and not find him. So he lives another day to walk around, chase some does, and I'll be back in here next year chasing him. But we all out here, we trying to pick out the next spot to go to. That's the end of the Big Ten.
We're gonna stay after you.
We're gonna stay after him. Close it out. All right, y'all, it's about 3 o'clock. Just got set up. Had almost a 2-mile hike in. It is November the 2nd, 2022. And I'm overlooking what is some type of a wild grass field, but it's like it's been cut. It's not CRP quite yet, so there's a lot of green grass and like clover growing in it. And around the edge is some type of planted green grass. And it's got big CRP fields mixed with standing soybeans all over the place on it. From what I can see here, I can see 2 of those green fields and a big CRP field. I got a big creek running behind me. And right on behind, just on the other side of the creek, it's a big ridge. And on top of that ridge, it's a big soybean field. Big CRP field, I'm sorry. And then just down the creek from me, I can just see it through the treetops. There's another big CRP field that's like thick, nasty. There's hookings and scrapes all down the edge of this field and all down the edge of this creek. And I'm set up on a tight pinch point between them, where there's deer funneling into this field at night, and these bucks, I'm sure throughout the day, are cruising this creek, checking doe trails. Hopefully I catch a big buck cruising. I didn't find my buck from yesterday. I guess I hit something that I didn't see right close to him. I could have swore I saw the arrow go into him, but I would much rather have happened what happened than a clean miss. All I had on my arrow was 2 or 3 little hairs, and 0 blood whatsoever. And if you listen close in the video, after the deer stops, he stands there for a few minutes, and then you can hear him bound away, like as in not a hurt deer. And we were in there for almost 2 hours a day with a dog, looking, and never found any blood, never found where a deer had bedded. All we found was my arrow, and like I said, it was clean. So, clean miss for me. That is my second clean miss of the season. I had a doe duck me in Mississippi, and I had that buck just shot underneath him. Nothing I can do about it. But I still have this evening and tomorrow all day to hunt. So I'll hike way back in here, try to get it done in the last couple days. Bring y'all along, see what we can get into. Alright y'all, I just walked up island, almost 2 miles in here. Just got set up. I crept in here. Got up in this tree overlooking a big field. It's got mixtures between standing soybeans, cut soybeans, some type of planted grass, big CRP fields, big thickets. Behind me there's a big CRP field, super thick, on a big ridge, and these deer funneling down into these fields at night to feed. Hookings and ponds all around the edge of the field. And when I walked in, there was a stand in there, and 2 guys just drove up on a side-by-side at 3 o'clock in the evening. I'm having some great luck. I've got them on the big camera right now. Great. Show you, this may be the biggest elk tree I've ever seen. That sucker is gigantic. Alright, y'all. It is 4:30 and I smell a buck. Wind's coming out of the south out of this big CRP field behind me. Oh, I can 100% smell a buck's hocks. Do a couple grunts. Alright, y'all, there's a doe over here about probably 100 yards coming down this creek. I can't see her great with my binoculars. It's either a doe or a little bitty spike or something. Just feeding on some, like some canary grass. Or nibbling on some little bushy something. There's a deer standing right there. Just kind of walking this way. Alright, I saw that doe probably about 30 minutes ago now. Now I got a yearling way out here in one of these green fields, about 400 yards away feeding. Deer definitely starting to get up on their feet and move. Hopefully I got something comes out right here pretty soon. Two big woodpeckers. Actually starting to cool down a little bit too once that sun got behind them trees. Pretty exciting scene too so far. Alright, y'all. That yearling stayed out there for probably 30 minutes where I could see her. And finally just sped off. All I've seen is that doe earlier, right over here, probably about 90 yards from me. And that yearling about 300 yards. But about 500 yards up the creek from me, Zane's got 4 does at 90 yards.
kind of working their way toward him. He got that dude in the morning, and he bought another dude tag. So one comes slipping out to him. He texted me, asked if he thinks he should shoot one. I told him, we gotta get some meat, man. We're leaving tomorrow night, and all we've got is one doe and ice chest. Gotta get what you can. Need some more of that real teal blood on the ground, baby. Starting to cool down though. Just a little grunt sequence. There's a couple guys shooting this evening. Probably sighting their guns in. Rifle season starts up here in, I think, like 9 days. Alright, y'all. They got a deer over here blowing probably, I don't know, a couple 100 yards from me. I don't know what she's blowing at. She's done blown probably 30 times. She's still blowing right now. It almost sounds like she's getting closer. But unless somebody else is over there or a little buck's messing with it, I don't know why she's blowing, because the wind is coming from her to me. Has been all day. Oh, I say her, I'm assuming it's a doe. It doesn't sound like a buck. And I just can't picture a buck just standing there blowing. But I guess we will see. We will see. Y'all just stuck a buck. He's not the biggest buck in the world. But he's plenty big enough for me. Arrow stuck in him, but I'm about 90% sure I heard him crash. I'm gonna wait a little while before I get down and go look. Hell yes, baby. Got this one on film too, finally. Alright, y'all. The camera's having trouble picking it up because it's getting dark, but the same place that the other one was earlier. There's 3 big does out there feeding about 300 yards from me. I just shot that buck about 5 minutes ago. is November the 3rd, the afternoon hunt. This is gonna be our last hunt of the trip. We're back in the same area where Bryce shot at the buck last night. We came back in, looked for it today, but we never did find it. So we moved the setup down to a little pinch point on a creek. We're gonna sit in here. We'll see what happens, but we'll stay after him. It's about 5:30. We hadn't seen anything so far. The wind's it's blowing like 15 to 20 out of the south. But when it slows, it backflows and pulls us back up these ridges. We hope it, once the wind slacks, the thermals will start taking us down into the creek. We'll see what happens.
Well, I wanted to sit down and talk with y'all a little bit about how the trip played out. First off, I want to congratulate Zane on getting the big doe down, which is no easy task on this trip. The weather was against us all week. The winds were light and variable. The wind was swirling all over the place. Had a few deer bust us because of that. I actually had a shooter bust me. But the weather wasn't perfect, so we were having to get super tight in on these deer's bedding areas. And that's how we ended up seeing some bucks. I know Zane saw a good shooter. I saw several shooter bucks, and Dad and Wade saw a few bucks, just nothing they wanted to take, and what they did see that they wanted to take never got in range. But as y'all saw, I did not hit the big 10 point I shot at. I just glanced underneath his belly and cut a few hairs off. I called a dog tracker in there. I never got down and looked at my arrow. I got down, backed out quietly to because I never heard the deer bound off after that shot, which after I watched the video closer and closer, you can hear it. So I called a dog tracker. He came in, brought his dog, and we went around. We found my arrow, no blood obviously, and we still looked just to be sure, and we went a long ways down the trail that the deer left out on, and never found any blood, any sign of a hurt deer, and never found where anything had bedded. So safe to say, missed that deer. Next that evening after we went with dog tracker, I went in about 2 miles deep to a new piece of property, saw a few does, and ended up shooting another buck. This buck wasn't quite as big, but I knew that it was my last hunt, and I would have been more than happy with the deer. And that's all that matters, y'all. Don't try to impress other people with your deer. Just, if it makes you happy, take it. And that's what I did. Initially, I thought the hit was a lot better, as you can see my reaction. After watching the video back, I saw that I hit a little farther back and higher than I was expecting. I had tried to shoot the deer. Deer was quartering to. I tried to shoot just on the top of the front shoulder in order to come out behind the back shoulder on the opposite side of the deer. But didn't play out like that. Went and looked at my arrow that night. Arrow had a lot of blood on it, but not good blood, and I couldn't find any other blood on the ground. So I called that dog tracker, and being that I had video and the arrow, I sent him the videos and the pictures, and he said that he didn't think that the deer, it was a lethal hit. Said he was pretty sure the deer was going to make it. And I talked to some other guys from down south around my area with those videos, and they said the same thing. Just go back in the morning and, kind of grid search just to be sure. And we did. We went in and we found 3 specks of blood right where the arrow had came out of the deer, which is about where I thought I heard the deer crash at. It just went through a treetop, and that's what I'm assuming was I heard the crash, and it dropped off in a gully. I found where the deer ran for a long ways, and I followed that until it just seemed like the deer started walking, and I never could find any more blood or hair. So pretty safe to say that deer, he's making it too. And I want to apologize for some of the camera work throughout this week's video, and I'm new to this. I'm trying to get better. I hope y'all see that I'm trying to get better, and hopefully as the season goes on I get a little more consistent with my filming. I also want to apologize for taking shots at these deer maybe I shouldn't have took. I get target panic, buck fever, vice versa, and target panic's a real thing. You got to work on it. So I plan on working on a lot this off season and trying to just be the best that I can be. I owe it to the deer more to try to make a lethal shot, put the deer down as fast as possible. So this off season I plan on working on that a lot more practice. And other than that, I mean, that was pretty much the trip. Rodney and Wade didn't shoot at anything. Zane shot that doe and had a lot more deer come in, just never took a shot at anything else. It was a fun trip though, and that's what that whole trip was about. We don't go up there, just killing deer is a bonus on that trip. It's family and friends having a great time and memories that will last forever, and I will definitely never forget this entire trip. But y'all remember to like and subscribe to stay updated. We got a lot more hunts coming y'all's way, and got some pretty good stuff coming. So y'all know it. We're gonna stay after them, baby.